All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers late night video for you guys. I was just doing some reminiscing, doing some thinking, and it's just crazy, man. This time last year, we were sitting here watching preseason Packers football, wondering what's Jordan Love gonna look like in the regular season? What's the Green Bay Packers future look like? Is Jordan Love actually gonna be our franchise QB? And I was watching the Herd earlier today, and I love the Herd. And he was saying he did like Colin Cowherd did like 5 bold predictions for the NFL season, and he named Jordan Love as his MVP. And I just remember watching that earlier today, thinking that's not out of the realm of possibility. It really isn't. This time last year, man, there was so much, or I should say, there were so many question marks. There were so many question marks, and it mainly had to do with Jordan Love and his like, what can he really do in the NFL? What can he really do for the Packers this upcoming season? And we started super shaky, super dicey. Granted, it was 3-6, a little over the halfway mark of our season last year. And, the 3-6 record doesn't look good by any means. And a lot of talking heads were actually saying, yeah, Jordan Love's not the guy. Welcome back to mediocrity to the Green Bay Packers. But you watch games like the New Orleans Saints where this man corralled a 3-possession comeback in the fourth quarter at Lambeau. But then again, I remember watching like Monday Night Football against the Raiders. I remember even later on in the season when the Packers started winning football games. I remember just my heart was ripped out of its socket watching Tommy DeVito and the freaking New York Giants just rattle Jordan Love and the Packers. I remember watching the next week against Tampa and then the week after that against Carolina. But folks, it all worked out and the Green Bay Packers made the playoffs and won a playoff game. We're going to be talking about some guys I got my eye on this upcoming season. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I'm a diehard Packers fan, so we post way too many Packers videos on this channel. Cheeseheads, if we get this video to 100 likes, I'll greatly appreciate it. It's just crazy, man, reminiscing on last season, just going back to, it was high highs, it was extremely low lows. Thanksgiving Day against the Detroit Lions, following it up Sunday Night Football against the defending Super Bowl champions Patrick Mahomes. I saw plenty from Jordan Love, and it's cool this year as opposed to last year. Like, our biggest issue right now is trying to figure out the kicker position, and it's not good. I will say, obviously, Packers fans know this. The kicker position is extremely important, and if Anders Carlson, I don't want to say if he's like his brother. It's just late here, man. Give me a break. But if Anders Carlson can make a couple of big-time kicks, who would have known what could have happened? Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers NFC Championship would have been awesome. But, our biggest issue right now is the kicker spot. It's been a tough couple of days for Greg Joseph. Today, he made 1 out of 4 field goal attempts, missing from 43, 47, and 49. Then after missing from 47 in the preseason Week 2 game against Denver, Anders Carlson, today, 3 of 4, 49-yarder, 45-yarder, extra point, and then a miss from 47. I will say, obviously it's a concern, but the point is, our quarterback position is set, but that's not it, man. The Green Bay Packers made a multitude of moves, specifically Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney, and all the freaking gems we found in the draft. But Josh Jacobs is really interesting because Aaron Jones last year, I was at that Packers-Bears game Week 1, and Aaron Jones put on a masterclass, absolute clinic. The Packers won, I think it was I'm going off the dome here, I think it was 42-21. But pretty much the final score was 40-something Packers and Bears, literally 10 points. But Aaron Jones missed way too much time last season. He was battling hamstring injuries. And when he was finally back to 100%, the dude feasted against Dallas. He feasted against 49ers in the playoffs. And so to see Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon as free agents and the Packers choosing A.J. Dillon as opposed to Aaron Jones, it was crazy. So what they did is they picked up Josh Jacobs. Now, Josh Jacobs can change everything for the Green Bay Packers team. All right. Aaron Jones last season, 29 years old. But at the same time, Josh Jacobs is coming off an injury-plagued season. But 2 years ago, 1,653 rushing yards, over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. This was 2022. Uh, he did a phenomenal job. He, was the leading rusher in the NFL. He's what, 3 years younger than Aaron Jones. But then this past season, he barely got over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, but he only played 13 games. So if Aaron Jones, or sorry, I should say, if Josh Jacobs can, replicate to a certain degree what Aaron Jones gave us, I mean, we're golden, man. If literally Josh Jacobs can stay on the field for over 15 games this upcoming season, I just like it short term. I like it long term. I think it gives them a little bit more of a stable running back. And then obviously they re signed A.J. Dillon. They drafted Marshawn Lloyd, who's been battling injuries. But the point is, the running back room to me is a lot more solid than it was last season, which just sounds crazy because I loved Aaron Jones. I hate that he went to Minnesota. I'm still rooting the best for him, but long term and short term, I think Josh Jacobs was the better pick. And then obviously the other free agent acquisition they made was Xavier McKinney, free safety over from the New York Giants. But I want to talk real quick about Tyron Hopper because I was so big on this cat coming out of college. A lot of my Packers fans watching these videos were not, and I get it. He had 16 tackles for loss. That was second in the SEC last season. But then again, he also missed 18 total tackles, which was the third most in the SEC. He had a missed tackle rate of 14%. That's literally double the conference average for the SEC. But then this past weekend, Sunday night against Denver, he had 11 total tackles. And I just think, once again, going back to the herd today, they had the other guy, Jason McIntyre. He was flabbergasted that Jordan Love could win an MVP. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, I'm a biased Green Bay Packers fan, but I really don't understand how that is that inconceivable. I think his MVP pick is Brock Purdy, just to give you an outline of his takes. But Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson. Folks, Romeo Doubs last year had a great year. 59 catches, 674 yards, 8 total touchdowns, huge red zone threat, great one-on-one winner guy. And he comes into the playoffs 2 games, 10 catches, 234 yards, and a touchdown. That's a 23.4 average yards per catch. We look at Dontavian Wicks, 5th round draft pick, 39 catches, 581 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 15 yards per catch. We look at rookie Jaden Reed out of Michigan State, 64 catches, 793 yards, and 8 touchdowns. And I just remember seeing an article today about why the Packers should trade for Ja'Marr Chase. And I'm thinking, why on earth would we do something like that? Obviously, Ja'Marr Chase to the Packers, on paper would be absolutely sick. I don't even want to think about what we would have to give up for it. But the point is, man, there's dogs all over the Packers roster, specifically offensively, but then defensively, it's the same type of thing. We just haven't seen it come together on paper. And that's why Jeff Hafley was hired in, the absence of Joe Barry's fire. So I'm feeling really good about the Packers. I know they're going to make the playoffs as long as Jordan Love stays healthy, but I'm curious what you guys have to say. So hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, and let me know your win prediction total for the Green Bay Packers down below. Peace.